Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-November 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the lovely Leos in mid-November? What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the lovely Leo collective. It's still Scorpio season at the time of this filming. Let's see what the vibe is. What is going on around my good friends? There we go. Thank you. Wow. All right. Same exact one that came out in the Aries reading. And I was just commenting because I filled Aries shortly before this one. This card rarely comes out. So this must be a fire sign thing that I'm picking up here. But I like her. I mean, she has a lot of stuff on her mind, or there's a lot of energies affecting her. So be aware of that when this card leads us off. But before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little more in depth. So we see this lovely lady pictured here. She has that beautiful beehive hairdo going on. Notice there's all these instruments and creative implements in her hair. So let's talk about the positives of this card first. First and foremost, this is a highly creative type of energy because there's so much literally on her mind. Just know the imagination might be going, the creativity could be flowing. So any sort of creative pursuit, highly favored here. There could be something around self-expression in whatever form that shows up. So for a lot of Leos in this time, it could be very important that you express yourself, or it's something that you're feeling, something that you're thinking, you'd put it out there and make it known. Okay, with whatever situations you're going through, it's like, no, I gotta say it, or I need to get this energy out. That's how it feels to me initially. But when we get to the challenge of this card, again, it could be someone with a lot on their mind. So your focus might be in a lot of different places. Your mind might be in a lot of different places. There could be a lot of situations and energy. It like feels a little scattered when this card is here. So again, watch out for the overthinking, of course. But I feel like for a lot of Leos, if you do have some sort of outlet for this energy, that would be good. Okay, it's a place to funnel all of this strong mental energy. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Let's see what tarot has. And yeah, I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up here one time for the lovely Leos, please. What's going on? And yeah, while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled They're Watching You, but that does fit into a larger theme I've been seeing for several weeks, is that every single reading I've been looking at, it's like we've been picking up so much of other people's energy for 3 consecutive weeks. So again, I mean, I'm not sure what social things or things might be going on around you or the people you're connected to. It just felt like a lot. Now, I did mention last week's reading that Leos generally do attract attention of all kinds without even trying. So I did feel some eyes watching. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So just take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get you 3 cards. What do we have for Leo in mid-November? Thank you. Okay, Page of Pentacles, communication right there. Could be a good new energy. I like that we're leading off with this page. I mean, the earthy energy. We're going to have to keep an eye, but this could be a good thing. Let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more. What do we have for Leo, please, mid-November? Thank you. 5 of Pentacles. So self-expression, highly, highly important, just like we saw with that first card. We have double earthy energy and this 5 of Pentacles in the center. Like the way this energy lines up, there could be something that needs addressing. Let's get one more. There definitely could be something that needs addressing. Yeah, another card of communication. So we have the 8 of Wands right here on the back end. 2 totally different approaches is what I'm picking up here. Okay, so whether it's you and another person, or somebody approaching it from like a totally different way. I'm getting a lot of intuitive energy off this already. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, we do have a couple of themes showing up here. Obviously, when we look at the elements, lots of pentacle energy right here in the front. Pentacles is earth. Earth represents the material world. So we're talking family, we're talking about work, day-to-day life, our routine, our schedule, money, right? So some of you might just be in pentacle mode, or that could be a big focus, like economic things. We also have fire, and listen, you're a fire sign, I'm a fire sign. We're very comfortable with that energy right there on the back. But look at how the energy plays together. It's like we have this possible situation or something that needs addressing in the center. Two totally different approaches, where this one's like a little calmer, not super fast to address it. This one's coming in, it's like we're getting right to the root. So whether it's you changing the way you address something or it's two different ones, let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out though. So position number one, we're starting with that Page of Pentacles. So big root of this is communication. Again, that's a fire sign theme this week, I believe, for all fire signs, but you might just be linked to an earth sign here or somebody with a prominent earth placement. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. If that's not the case, pages represent youthful energy. So they represent new. So whether it's new situations, new opportunities, new routes, new endeavors, this is really good. This is a student as well, so it's learning things. So for the Leos in this time, especially with what we saw in the very beginning, now could be a great time to feed your mind, take in information, remember it. The Page of Pentacles is probably the biggest messenger out of all the pages, so it's like getting something off its chest, it's talking, and it could just be signaling the importance of those themes. Now, when we get to the challenge of any page or any fresh new energy, they only represent a potential. It's not a guarantee. And sometimes Page of Pentacles could be a little shy, or like it approaches something in a skeptical way, or it's just very, I don't want to say hands off, but it's like soft the way it approaches, which is totally opposite from what I'm getting here on the back. Moving to the center, we have the Five of Pentacles. Not the nicest piece of imagery, but as I always say, every card in the tarot deck has positives and challenge. So you see these people, they're out in the cold. Not to say that you're actually literally cold. To me, this card can mean a whole bunch of different things. Now, it's important that we break it into how this could be affecting your material world or how this could be affecting somebody on an emotional level. In the material sense, this could be a warning from spirit to just like, hey, watch the budget, watch the spending. Some of you might be having issues in regards to career and work or anything in that realm. Watch out for family issues when this is in the mix as well. But emotionally, this is a totally different vibe. And it ranges. It's always on a spectrum. Remember that. The Five of Pentacles could be feelings of isolation. This could be someone that's feeling a bit lonely, missing somebody, longing for something. All of these things could be represented with this card. The Five of Pentacles isn't the easiest energy, but the positive about it is that it's not a final result. It's just a situation or a problem that may just need to be addressed. Like this is something that can get figured out, which is a good thing when I see it. Now, moving to the back end, we have this Eight of Wands, and I feel like this could be a really good portion to this reading because this energy in the front, it's all pentacly, it's not moving super fast, it's kind of ingrained. This Eight of Wands is coming in to shake things up in a very, very big way. So again, whether you're like you see something, you address it like, oh, all right, well, this needs to get talked about, I'm going to talk about it. It's like I'm not slowing down, I'm getting right to the root of something. The Eight of Wands to me looks like 8 arrows cutting through the sky. So it could represent action, like making moves, making changes, shifting something up in a very powerful, explosive type of way. But when it comes to conversation, it's fiery, it's back and forth, it's quick to address. So whereas this Page of Pentacles is like tiptoeing around something, the Eight of Wands is not. This Eight of Wands is very straightforward. So I think you get the hang of the vibes that we're picking up here. So maybe there is something that needs to be addressed, but I want to dive deeper on all of it, Leo. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What's going on for my lovely Leos? What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that page. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Leo, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's get that Page of Pentacles. Pardon me. What's that page here? Thank you. All right. I mean, this energy is moving. So again, similar to like the past few weeks, for some reason, there's so much energy of other people around the Leo collective for one reason or another. Now, the Knight of Swords, very similar. I would say more similar to the Eight of Wands than it is to that page. But I feel like this is a good energy. Again, this is an energy coming at you. It's coming towards you. So just know in this time, you could be attracting a lot of attention. Okay, good, bad, and indifferent. So just know like that magnetism could be flowing. Okay, so don't be surprised if you're a little more popular than you normally are when all this energy is together. But this Knight of Swords is addressing something. So when I see it with the Page of Pentacles, with all the stuff I just said, it's like, yeah, well, this one is using a softer touch, but is still willing to talk about it. So I feel like the more important aspects of this reading are really going to arise when we get to that Five of Pentacles and when we get to that Eight of Wands. But this isn't too shabby either, because it's willing, it's working, it's moving. Okay, so that does tell me this energy is not stuck and it's coming at you. Okay, so whether it is a serious or important talk, we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the reading, but it's coming at you one way or another. Now, for a portion of you, if this is in regards to work and career, a lot of you could be finding a lot of new opportunities in this time. Not sure if you're looking for it, but if you are, I mean, keep those eyes open, because this is a very beneficial alignment for work and career progress, but very interpersonal as well. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. I don't want to get too hung up there. So let's see why that Five of Pentacles is here. And yeah, we're going to keep it moving. Why is that five in the mix? Why is the Five of Pentacles here for Leo? Thank you. Yeah, something might need to be made right. So we have the Six of Pentacles showing up in the upright underneath the Five of Pentacles, which is good because it is a card of progression. So I just feel like I need to tell a lot of the Leos in this time. Some of you might not have any issues that are going on. Some of you, things might be cool, all peaches and cream, and that's awesome. But for another portion of you, if there is something that's taken up the bulk of your thoughts, of your mind, if there is a situation that's like nagging at you, that's bothering you, I feel like it can be made better in one way or another. That's to put it in a simple way. There is room for improvement. There is room to make something right. Now, for a very small portion of you, this in the middle, the Five of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles can represent an apology or smoothing something over, making something better. So I feel like this is good, as long as whatever this problem or situation is in the center is not ignored. That's the caveat that I'm picking up here, because if you're ignoring it, if somebody else is ignoring it, like, oh no, out of sight, out of mind, as long as I don't think about it, that's when there's not going to be progress. But if there is something that you're wanting to address and put attention towards, I mean, it feels like it's a possibility here. And again, that could come in a lot of different ways. Now, the Six of Pentacles, you see that person there, this can be a very karmic energy because the person has the scales. This is giving. It's a balanced, it's a fair type of energy. It's somebody wanting to make something right. So when I see it underneath the Five of Pentacles, it's like, okay, well, whatever this problem or situation is, it can be mended, it can be fixed. And for a very small portion of you, as long as it's not ignored, okay, whatever this situation is in the center, if it's ignored, then it's going to stay the same. If like it's not being addressed, it's just going to linger. So there is something here about getting to the root. I want to move to that Eight of Wands, then we'll do a quick recap. So interesting how this is all playing out, but I would take that as a silver lining. Five of Pentacles clarified by the Six of Pentacles is like, okay, this isn't a permanence. This is something that will improve and get better. So that's a good thing. Let's see what that Eight of Wands has. And we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So why is that Eight of Wands in the mix? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, beautiful. Another karmic card, very fast moving. Okay, so that matches the speed of this Eight of Wands. That's a change-based type of vibe here. Real fast, explosive change of situation. Either that or that's the speed at which something's moving and it's coming in quick. Okay, so again, I feel like if there's something that's like addressed, whatever the situation is in the center, you're going to experience a lot of change rapidly as long as you don't ignore it. I feel like that's the key to the whole entire reading. As long as you don't ignore it, as long as you don't brush it off. Now, again, I don't know what every Leo is going through. For some of you, maybe it's better and healthier for you to just put it out of your mind for the time being. But for those of you that are wanting to solve, both of these energies coming in from the outside could really get down to the root of it and improve it. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is my good luck charm. Okay, it's my 4-leaf clover. It does represent fast, rapid, explosive change and improvement, especially underneath this 8 of Wands. So for a lot of you, just know the energy feels more malleable and changeable in this time. So there could be a lot of situations you're dealing with where it's not set in stone, where the things can change rather quickly. And that's a good thing. But again, it just moves so quick. It's karmic. It moves really, really fast. So underneath the 8 of Wands, that could be that explosive talk too. So I feel like the power of the energy picks up heavily here on the back end. It's like, all right, we're getting off to a slow start here. This energy is a little softer. We're getting to the root of it. Boom. Then the energy really takes on a whole life of its own. So I like this energy on the back end. I feel for the most part, this is a claimable energy this week. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. But if you kindly look in the box, still picking up a lot of energy of other people around you this week. Position number 1, we're starting with the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords in the upright. So we got earth signs, we got air signs. And when I see this connection together, yeah, I mean, it's somebody that's willing to push towards something or at least open up conversation. I feel like that's a good thing. But at the same time, the magnetism I've been speaking about. In this time, you're going to be attracting a lot of attention and energy, whether you want to or whether you don't. It's showing up here in the front end. Moving to the center, we have the 5 of Pentacles with the 6 of Pentacles in the upright. There's great potential to improve something, to solve something, and to make it better. Okay, but I feel like the whole key to the reading is as long as you don't push it away and ignore it, then you could change the dynamics of this. But if you just tuck it away and keep it out of sight, out of mind, it's just going to stay as is. Moving to the back end, we have the 8 of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. Very explosive change or conversation coming in, or both. I feel like once something is addressed, that's when the energy is just super changeable. So to me, this says whatever situations you might be going through right now are not set in stone. There's not a finality to it, which I think is a good thing in this case. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Let's get a good shuffle here. What do we have in the shadows for my lovely Leos? Please and thank you. What's going on? And yes, I would like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Let's get it going here. One shadow card for the Leos, please. What's in the shadows? Thank you. Lady Justice, more of that karmic energy. And remember, I said that was a big theme. We do have karmic undertones and archetypes in the reading itself, but also the energy to balance something off and make it right. So when Lady Justice is here, that's an awesome thing. Now, I would say this, for any Leos, this could be a little bit of a warning about anything legal or contractual. So just know in this time, if you're putting your signature on something, you want to read it multiple times. I don't want to get into legal situations because I know not every Leo is dealing with those type of things, but just be very thorough and slow when it comes to stuff like that. Like, go through the process. But Lady Justice to me is good. It's fair. It's things starting to balance out in its universal energy. So I feel like it fits the theme of what we're seeing here. There is potential to make something right or get it at least balanced out. So I feel like there's great energetic potential this week. Okay, potential to change something up. So we're just going to leave Lady Justice here. I mean, unless you're connected to a Libra, that could be it too. But my friends, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my all-time favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you feel is the most misunderstood? And if you're new to tarot completely, which one do you have a little trouble with understanding its meaning? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love and I'll see you soon.